Hi, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honour to stand before you tonight to propose this man, Luke Satterthwaite, to be your secretary for next year. We've all seen his great dedication and contribution to college in the position as chair this year. But you might be asking, would he make a good secretary? I tell you this anecdote. Upon watching The Apprentice this series, I saw the secretary pick up her phone and say, "Sir Alan will see you now." Sats can do that. Listen to it now.
Sir Alan will see you now.
Easy. In a more serious note, Sats has fulfilled the job as secretary of the Lyman Theatre Company to an excellent job this year. I first got to know Sats through Frepping this year. As you all know, you probably saw our formation as the troublesome twosome. Our antics around sessions table leave much to be desired from Abby and James Watkins. But no, I've never heard such a collection of worse puns at 7 o'clock in the morning as what came out of Sats's mouth on a regular basis. You've all heard them at JCR meetings, and I'm sure you want to carry on hearing them at 7 AM they'll formal sign-up next year. It's what you needed over Freshers Week. It really cheered you up, and I think that's the kind of connection that the exec need with the JCR next year if Sats was to get the position. It's also a great attribute that Sats wants to keep formal sign-up as a face-to-face event and keep it offline. I strongly believe that this should be the case as it provides a great joint with the exec. Sorry? Okay. Fine, I'll quickly go in. Sats does archaeology, plenty of time on his hands. He's so it's got cheap communication, organisation and reliability as chair. And without Sats, Hatfield won't be as good as it can be. So 2468, vote for Luke Satterthwaite.
First question. How have you approached the formal sign-up procedure compared to the one currently in place?
Is it right for Hi guys. I'm a big believer in continuity over change, so there's not much I would alter to the current system. I mean, I still come half an hour forward just to make sure everything's running smoothly. I'd still get an exec member to make sure there's no pushing in. And I do, as Witto has done with the guest system, which is you say 24 to 48 hours beforehand that you're going to have a guest, and then if they don't turn up, you can be sconced. One thing I will change, however, is the 8 AM sign-up. Nobody's got time for that. I really believe that I'm back in the game. Alright, 8 AM. 8 AM, sign up. While it's good because, you have the people who want to get on formal will get on formal. I've seen that formals have been markedly reduced. So if I was to be elected, I'd like to issue a questionnaire. That would be the first thing I'd do to ensure that, people could get the best time and we can organise the best time for formal sign-up. So to go around like having sports on Wednesday. I'm quite anti the online sign-up. It provides a really good connection with the JCR if we have, offline, and we lose the connection if we go to online.
Would you look to maintain the JCR website? And if so, are there any improvements you would make? And how do you go about increasing usage from JCR members?
I'd definitely like to try and maintain the JCR website. I think it's one of our greatest assets, but it's also one of our most underused assets. I'd really like to get people involved through removing the information off the email onto the website and just have bite-sized chunks on the email. It's so crucial, the website. I mean, I'm going to be in a working group with Anthony Bash next term, in order to try and push the website over Duo as our outlet of communication And also, I think it'll be quite easy to maintain because Virtuoso, our web designers, they created a really easy interface. That means I could maintain it.
Okay, this is a scenario question. Imagine you send out a weekly email, and 5 minutes later someone emails you saying they forgot to let you know about their announcement, and asking you to send out a separate email on their behalf. How would you deal with the situation?
I imagine this is actually quite a common problem. So, first thing I'd do is I'd set a deadline. I'd set a deadline so that people would have to post by this deadline, and if not, it wouldn't go in the email. But in regards to that situation, I'd try and I'd work around it. I'd try and, if it's directly related to Hatfield, or it is urgent, then there are other means to get it out there. But one thing I wouldn't like to do is use the email as a guide for this. I was in the bar the other day, I just overheard some people chatting, they were saying that how they're getting really annoyed that the Hatfield JCR clogs up their inbox. So I'd like to reduce it through other ways, and this is a way I mentioned in my manifesto of bog sheets. So these are sheets that are like Johns and Trebs, where they have all the key information off the emails, but they also have some fun things. I just think, if there was a forgotten item, then it could be put onto there as well.
So an important part of the role of the Secretary is to take minutes at various JCR and exec meetings. So how would you introduce a smooth running JCR in this element of your role?
But it's really important because it means that we can archive, it means we can check back if there's any mistake in motion or anything like that. But one thing I'd like to do is keep my minutes consistent, so with a regular format, and also make them readily accessible to both the JCR and the exec. And finally, I'd like to, I'd write up both. I'd write it and type it up, just because we need to have that backup in case there are any discrepancies and something that we need to check.
How would you increase the popularity of Tuesday formals? Because we've had a bit of an issue with that this year.
I think themed formals are really good, particularly the sports and societies formal that we had last term. Working with the social sex, that really improved the numbers on a Tuesday. I'd like to give Tuesday a unique selling point. The thing with Friday formals is that it's natural pre-drink to going out, but Tuesday it's less so. So I'd like to maybe introduce a new spooning chant every Tuesday or something like that, or maybe we could have half-price drinks in the bar on Tuesday, just something to keep people interested in that Tuesday formal.
Would you look to maintain social media channels such as Facebook, Twitter, our blog, and YouTube? And how would you go about engaging with more of the JCR? Not the answer.
I definitely would like to increase the use of social media. I mean, Hatfield's modernising, and so we need to modernise our forms of communication, particularly with social media, and to avoid clogging up people's inboxes. I'd like to use deadline reminders, so I could use this through Facebook, Twitter, Bebo, and they can all be used. And this means that inboxes won't be clogged up. I'd also like to try and use the YouTube channel. It's useful at the moment with welfare videos and the Hustings tonight. But I'd like maybe to have advertisements for emails, and also maybe a vlog, which I'd be quite interested in doing, just to get people involved with the JCR.
Thank you. Do we have any questions from the floor? Any at all? Any more questions to move there? Brilliant. Appreciate it very much.
I think pretty much said all I want to say, so I'll keep it short and sweet, like me. I think it's quite hard to stand up here and appear, come across as genuine and sincere, and people are always going to question your motives for going for any position. But I want you to know that, I'm not doing this for, to further my own ego or for any selfish reasons. I'm doing this because, I am passionate about Hatfield. And I'm passionate about everything it does, whether it be its ridiculous formals, or it's, spooning Disturbia or pennying someone's parsnips, and that's not a euphemism, or just the flair stash that we all treasure. I just love it, and, the chance to give back and be a part of these traditions is something I take every day. I'm not going to say vote for me, but I just want to say, I'm doing this for the right reason. I'm doing this not for me, but for you and for Hatfield. I also want to say thank you all for coming. It's great that Fall Hustings is so good, just because me and the other candidates get to see and hear your views and your opinions. So, just thank you for coming, and I get to meet you guys, which is what I love doing, so thank you.